Hello, guys. Thank you for logging in. Today, I want to talk about the Constitution, United States. I'm going to go over a little bit about amendments, and I'm going to go over about declaration. I'm going to kind of skip the articles because they utterly bore me. So I'm just going to go into what I really think is important to what's relative, what's going on today in time, to this day, which would be, let me be quick about this, is Friday, May 8th. 2020. All right, so let's get into this. All right, so first part I want to go to is obviously the part I'm a big fan of, which is the Declaration of Independence. So this is a pretty heavy level letter because this is a time when the 13 states of the United States, they wanted to free themselves from the tyranny of a ruler from Britain, which I'm just not even going to say his name. I'm going to call him a prince or a king, but I don't want to go into that. But what I want to say is that these are some heavy level patriots that they shed some blood, and they did some, they did some fighting, and it's in, it's in my DNA. I have a great grandfather, Jasper Rickett, who is actually was in the militia, is documented. And so I think sometimes, oh shoots, man, like he was in war with Britain. Like, was he in the slumps? Was he in the swamp? Like what happened? Did he get shot? I don't know what happened to him. I don't know enough. It's too long ago. But the whole thing is that the importance of this is written July 4th, 1776. So 1776, July 4th is when this letter was written to this king dude up in Britain. And they cracked it down, and my favorite part about this is I can't read the whole thing, but I can skim through it because it bores everyone if I just read the whole thing. But the part that I really like says, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." So right there, that's amazing. And they talk about, that's part of, we have a right for pursuit of happiness. And something really important to communicate is that the people in the militia at that time, like my great grandfather, Jasper Rickett, George Washington, was a general, against the British Army. That king, this letter got sent to that king and he got ticked off. And that's how this letter, started off the war, and, but I don't want to get into that. I'm just going to say is that I know that a lot of men, bled. They bled. They risked their lives for this country to have this precious freedom. That right now, I almost believe that what's going on with the COVID-19 and all the rules and regulations from the government can actually be infringing on our rights, and that's why I want to read this. And so I want to go another really important part of this Constitution. And first off, I want to say this is just a little book I got from college, and it's pretty accurate. But everyone should, have a copy of Constitution. But Amendment 1 says, "Congress shall make no law respecting establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or oppress right the people assembly, and to petition the government for redress of grievance." Okay, so we have a right for freedom of speech. We have a right to peacefully assemble. Amendment 1 says so. You can look it up online. It's in the Constitution. This isn't being changed. This is Amendment 1. And also, the respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. So right now, all the churches are shut down. They shut down all the churches. They're telling people in churches that you cannot go to church, right? Because it's a social thing, right? Well, that goes against Amendment 1. That's going against Amendment. Anyone who has a church who wants to peacefully assemble, they actually, for their religion, no matter what religion, we're talking Christianity, Hinduism, Taoism, Buddhism, anything, I don't care what religion. Amendment 1 gives anyone a right. So right now, the amendments of the people are being infringed upon. COVID-19 is infringing on the rights of citizens right now. This is real. a lot of other ways, but that's not what this is about. This is just about this. We're talking about the Constitution. We're not complaining. We're not worrying about that right now. Amendment 2 is a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of the free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Okay, so you got to think about this. This is way back in the day. This is back in the day when, the British Army would come over and they had guns, and they'd tell people what to do. And these were small farmers. These were settlers, and they're just like, hey, freaking, we have a right to defend ourselves from tyranny because we're free. And basically, a lot of it was, Britain, they wanted, it was all politics, they wanted to tax the people. The Declaration of Independence actually goes into that more. The Declaration of Independence, I've read you that cool part about it, but it's basically a letter to that king and our prince, whoever he was, for imposing taxes on us without our consent, for depriving us in many cases of benefits of trial by jury, for transporting us beyond seas to be tried for pretended offenses. So there's a lot of tyranny going on. They're getting picked on, and that's why they wrote the Constitution, because these are regular people, and they're, and then these are good people that wrote the Constitution, and it's for the rights of the people. This Constitution protects you from the techno giants out there, from the big corporations, from all that. The money thing is something to be really concerned about. This money comes in. Like Bill Gates has got a lot of money. How many people are happy about what he's doing? But he's getting away with it, right? And a lot of people, I don't want to do name dropping. I just want to say there's a lot of people out there that have billions of dollars that can influence our government. And they're sure going to give it to someone in government. But if they give money to someone in government and it infringes on our rights, it's our duty to take those people out of government. That's what this Constitution says. So we actually have to do our job too. And we have the right to peacefully assemble. We can go to church. They cannot stop you from church. They cannot stop a religion. They cannot stop you from protesting, and they cannot stop you from bearing arms. In the story, period. Like there is no more about that. It's in our rights. Otherwise, we don't have a country. So if this continues on, we will lose our country. If this continues and escalates to where maybe some people wanted to, or maybe the chaos is so much, humans don't even realize what they're doing to their own people. Maybe they're so, drunk on power that they have no idea what they're doing, but it is a time where we need to stand up for our rights and, let them know that, hey, we're American citizens, we're not going to submit. We have our constitutional rights, and every single military officer, every single politician, anyone that works for the government, they swore to protect this Constitution. So if anyone is out there in the military that's watching this, or anyone's a law officer, I don't even have to tell you, you already know, you swore upon this. I hope you take it seriously and read it continually to know that what you're protecting, which most likely you do. And we have a lot of good people out there. We have a lot of good sheriffs. We have a lot of good people in the law that know that this is the truth, and they know about what the technocrats are trying to do right now. And I think it's just about getting awareness out and just being smart about it. So, one love. I want everyone, if you can, this is a little booklet, the Constitution. Read this. Read the Declaration of Independence. Read the articles. Read the amendments. I call it the triad, the 3 triads of the Constitution that keep us safe. Very important. And I digress, and have a great day.